I just walked into a spider web. That's like one of the most horrific things that can happen to somebody. My father was in Vietnam. It's story time, right? We got so much to get to today. I don't know. My old man was in Vietnam, and he said that you would walk through these fields of what they call rubber tree. By the way, he would never talk about Vietnam. Maybe after a couple of drinks, you pry it out of him, and you couldn't even pry it out of him. But one time he told me, you'd walk through these fields of rubber trees, and it was almost like a farm, but rubber trees. And he said during the day, you'd see these enormous spider webs that hang, in between the rubber trees. And inside the spider web, right in the middle, would be this huge, disgusting spider. And he said at night they would walk patrols, and they'd be walking through the rubber tree fields, and he goes, you'd walk into one of these spider webs. And and he goes, it was the most terrifying thing, because you knew that inside that spider web was this huge spider, but you couldn't see because it was pitch dark. So you just go fucking out of your mind. Anyway. Here we are, guys. We're not get ready to tune out, because we're not going to talk video games here. What do you guys want to do? All you want to do is talk video games? Get a fucking life. Alright. Here we go. We're going to talk something better than video games. You ready for this? Let me introduce you to my bald spot. No. Let me introduce you to, you know what the best way to put this is? Oh my God, my fucking back. Let me introduce you to the 1980s. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Yamaha DX7 digital programmable algorithm synthesizer. So for those of you that are looking at me like, huh, what? I say, what? This is probably the most successful synthesizer of all time. This was introduced in 1983, and it went from 1989. So from you want to talk about, you know how they would say on the radio, you'd listen to DR. Over here we had DRE, and they would advertise it as new wave music. You want to know why it was new wave? Because of this machine right here. New wave was like this new electronical music, and everybody was. I'll plug this thing in, start playing notes. You'll be like, oh, Take My Breath Away, Top Gun. Oh, Danger Zone, Top Gun. Oh, that's Toto. Or that's Berlin. Or that's Aha, Take On Me. It's all right here. It's amazing. You flip through the settings and you're like, Jesus Christ. This was the workhorse of the 1980s. Let me tell you something right here. Growing up, I hated new wave music. I love it now. But I was a metalhead, and my sister used to listen to it. And I hated my older sister. I didn't hate her, but I would like tease the shit out of her, and she had power over me because she would babysit me, and we would just drive each other bananas. And she listened to new wave, and I listened to heavy metal, and it was like, listen, I gotta put this thing down. Oh my God, my fucking back. Guys, I don't know about you guys, but when you listen to heavy metal, if you found out that your band had a keyboard player in it, or they made a new album, and I remember when Iron Maiden released Seventh Son of the Seventh Son, and I bought the album. It was the tape. And I took the tape insert out and I opened it up, and they had credits for a keyboard in there. Oh my God, stabbed me in the heart. I was so depressed after that. I didn't even want to listen to the album. That's what an open-minded kid I was. I didn't even want to listen to the album. I didn't want my friends to know about it. I was crushed. And it was almost from that time on, I stopped listening to Iron Maiden. I missed out on, Well, I did get, what was it? Jesus Christ, I'm getting old. There's just no two ways about it. Angel of Death is around the corner. What was it? No Prayer for the Dying. Good album. Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter. Woo! Holy smoke. Woo! Alright, anyway. Listen. But Seven Sons, I remember my friend used to listen to a lot of hair bands. And I was more into, I listened to Iron Maiden. That was it. I had a little tape cassette case, and I had my Iron Maiden tapes in, you know, they were in, they were in chronological order. And I took such great care of them. And I mean, I would play these tapes until the tapes tapes would start to sound wobbly right before they were about to break. I would listen to them over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And that was my thing, Iron Maiden. I don't want to hear anything. Once in a while, I would listen to Kiss. Let me tell you something, guys. Kiss is the most underrated band. These poor guys, just because they put on some makeup, nobody takes them seriously. Oh my God, Strutter? Parasite? Oh my God. Anyhow, some of the best riffs of all time. And American rock and roll. It was like, listen, I don't know. We're getting off topic here. I don't know, guys in England, I don't know what it is about guys from England. They all know how to play the bass beautifully. I don't know what. England, like the British invasion, whatever you want to call it, the English people know how to play bass, like rock and roll bass. I don't know what it is. You got the best guy. You had John Paul Jones. You had Thunderfingers from The Who. You had what's his name from Yes. I mean, you had some of the greatest bass. But I don't know what it is about England and Britain that breeds these great bass players. And you think of American bands, and you think, where are the great bass players? I can't really think of any. Boy, they had such a. Where are we? Oh, keyboards. Yeah, so I remember my friend would listen to these hair bands, and they'd have like a keyboard. I mean, Bon Jovi had a keyboard, you know, had a couple keyboard intros. I mean, what was it? Runaway? Dun, 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 dun. And I remember, and it was like, your band has a keyboard player? That's so gay. I mean, for lack of a better word, that just explains it perfectly. Sorry. It was just gay. So it was like, I don't know. And the other thing was, it was like, you would watch David Letterman, and you'd have the Paul Schaefer band there, which was fine. I mean, Paul Schaefer, who's like, you know, the most uncool musician of all time, but okay. So, and then you'd have like these great acts, like Dave Letterman, and then, you know, you'd have like, say, Ozzy Osbourne was on. And they're gonna play Paranoid, you know, and they'd start the riff, ding, 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 and then Paul Schaefer would come in with the keyboards, and you'd want to fucking jump through the TV screen and hit him over the head with a bat. You're taking one of the greatest rock and roll songs of all time, and you turn it into a song that they probably wouldn't play in Kmart. So anyway. I go to this garage sale. It wasn't a garage sale, it was an estate sale. And I've said this before a million times, maybe you want to hear it again. When I go to an estate sale, it's the creepiest thing. You're walking into somebody's house. You're walking into somebody's personal space. And I go down there, and there's this music room. Amplifiers, mixing boards, keyboards, microphones, and all this shit down there. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? This at one time, you think, the mind starts to imagine, you say, this at time was somebody's empire of dirt down here. This was so important to somebody at one period in their life, and now they're gone. And then you got to grapple with the idea. It's like, if you're a collector, you're collecting things, and next thing you know, you're dead. And it's like, what was it all for? Like, what is the importance of it? It's like, it's dirt. It's dirt, like the old expression. It's like it's all dirt. So you guys ready to cut your wrists now or what? All right, listen, that's depressing. Let's not think like that. Anyhow, so I go down there and I see this keyboard down there and I'm like, oh wow. I'm like, a DX7. This is fucking awesome. So I said to the lady, this lady was clueless. Sometimes people run an estate sale and they have they hire an outside company to come in and basically mark up all the prices. They come in, they itemize everything, they check eBay prices, and that's what they sell it to you for. I hate estate sales like that. They make you stand out online. It opens at 9 o'clock. Fuck you. Anyhow, so you could tell it was a family-run estate sale. They needed to get everything out of there, and they really didn't care how much they got for things. So I said to the lady, I said, hey, how much for the... now that I think about it, I should have bought a lot more. There's short microphones down there for $5. I'm like, I'm stupid. I don't know what... So anyway, I said, how much for the keyboard? She goes, $10. It's $10 on a... So I'm like, $10. I'm like, I'm taking it no matter what. But it was on this big stand. And I can't have the stand in here. I don't have the room for it. So I'm like, oh, let me try to use this as a negotiate, like a bargaining chip. So I say, hey, listen, I don't really need the stand. I just want the keyboard. Would you take $5 for it? She goes, sure, $5. So there you go. DX7, $5. Listen, I don't know if I explained this thing. So it's got... Now, primitive by today's standards, no doubt about it. Listen, you guys got computers and whatnot. You got 500,000 sounds on there. This only has about, I think it's like 32 sounds on here, but it has a cartridge. Yeah, it has a cartridge where you could put a lot more sounds on it. And this came with a few cartridges, so that was pretty nifty. I got the pedal for it, the sustain pedal, and. But listen, no computer is as cool as this machine, man. This is where it's at. Anyhow. Oh. Hey, let's do that twice in a video, huh? Anyhow, and they had an amplifier. It was plugged into this amplifier right here. She gave me this amplifier for $10. So I thought, that's cool, little amplifier. Sounds good. Anyhow. Oh. So, I thought I had something else to say. I don't. You guys want to take this thing for a ride or what? Let's do it. Listen, I just want to add, I know I get really descriptive when I talk, but absolutely nothing against gay people. I love gay people. So, please, welcome to the show. I know you guys got it hard, and, I'm not trying to alienate anybody from the show here, so my arms are open wide for gay people. Hell, I'm thinking my wife's driving me to become gay. I tell you what, you think I'm joking? You think I haven't thought about a gay relationship? You guys got it made, believe it or not. That's the Listen, me and another guy, I think about it. Play video games all day. I'll suck your cock. Then, we'll play video games again. I don't know. It works great. Anyway, gay people, please. I love you. Come to the show. Watch the show. And, everybody from the show, please, show support for gay people. Anyhow. All right, here we go. Oh, God. Listen to that. Jesus Christ, it's just like the Sega Genesis, like the Immortal. Here we go. Oh, let's play the Immortal. Okay. That's it. Right? Huh? Here we go. Hold on. Here we go. Oh. That's close. That's close. Hold on. No. It's still a little off. It's still a little off. I don't know. Hold on. Alright, here we go, right? And then we add, this is what we do, we add the evil. You ready? Listen to that. Woo! That's badass. Wait, that's like the beginning of Starflight. Listen to the pitch. Okay, here we go. You ready for this? Blade Runner. I think this is it. Guys, I'm sorry, but I always wanted to do this. Doogie Howser MD. Come on, guys. You know what? Alright. You're tuned in to the greatest video game program in the history of human civilization. I'm your host, Bithead1000, and that's the Yamaha DX7. I'll see you next time.